Hello and welcome to the Agency Cube of Chaos. That's actually quite good. We enter a special cube mission. So the four of you are gathered around when your ops officer Keith kind of rushes in quite excitedly and says, "Guys, we've found something amazing, but it looks like it's in a bit of a difficult situation because we can hear alarms going off." And he will take you through to kind of the kind of room where the cube's kept, and you've got like the little radio signal generator, and you can kind of see through the portal that's been generated. One of Chip's kind of robotic drones that's kind of sat there, and you can see a corridor. It looks kind of like modular design. Seems to have been overgrown with a whole bunch of different plants. There's kind of a red flashing light. The readings that you're getting show that the air is safe and breathable. If anything, it's better quality air than is currently what you're breathing in at the moment. There's a slightly higher oxygen content, a slightly lower background radiation, lower toxins, things like that. It's a much cleaner kind of air. How would you like to prepare and go through? Obviously, the voice behind Lucas is not physically at the table at the moment, but imagine that he will be arming himself appropriately.
Mm-hmm. He's taking. He's late because he's arming himself so much.
Yes, but he will be stepping through the portal with you.
Okay.
You said it was amazing. Why is it amazing? I just see some trees, some plants, and some... the insignia that we've
does that work? No.
Should we avoid looking at that?
No. You are going to see it in a sec anyway. But I was actually hoping to show you that. Oh no, it's just gonna. Why are you?
Is it that, Mike?
Yes. Did it show both of them at the same time?
They're both part of the same visual. I just need needed to scroll down.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you can see a plaque that looks similar but different to the agency's own symbol, and you can see kind of an engraving of a vessel of some description, so you can flip between the two images.
It's nice looking drawing, but I don't understand why. What has gotten you so excited? And when one of you gets excited about something, it usually means something is world ending.
Well, no, don't you see? I think we found another us.
Have you ever watched any Star Trek episode where that happens?
No, I don't really watch TV.
Ah, right. That explains some things. It never goes well.
Yeah, half of us will end up with an evil goatee.
Okay, well, we'll shoot the ones that come back with a goatee then.
I don't know if that's better or not.
I don't think this is a good... You want us to go through and investigate, though?
Oh, yeah. The alarm blaring probably means that there's, something not good, so help them out if you can, of course.
Did that happen immediately when we connected to the place?
It was already like this, yes.
Ah, so you opened it and the alarms were going.
Yes. Yes, this is what we could see.
How long has it been going on for?
A minute.
Oh!
Yes, we're very excited and we kind of want you to get through quickly.
So screw all the safety protocols, I don't know if it.
Well, It all comes back as breathable oxygen, doesn't it? So.
After last time, I've got some oxygen tanks inside the inside the rover drone.
Lovely.
You're learning. Good. That's important. When you said, "Oh, it's another us," did Lucas give us the eye of good, more people to kill, or the? Because Lucas has a particular. What's it called?
Proclivity?
Yeah, to a certain kind of activity in regards to people who are part of the agency.
So, given that Keith is in the room, I would imagine that he would not have an immediate outburst. Also using that as a clever excuse not to speak on behalf of another character that's not
fair.
here.
Yeah. He's probably gripping his emotional support knife very firmly in his sheath.
Well, I mean, what else are we going to do? It's not like I can say no.
Because you can always say no.
I can, and then I have to sit in a cell for several days until I say yes. So I may as well just go now and avoid the cell.
I was just trying to make the Lancer from Gears of War, so this is probably a better use of my time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gun with a chainsaw on the bottom.
Ah, how very loud.
I worry about you. Perhaps you need an assistant, somebody who can sit in your lab.
I could do with an editor to prune some of my ideas for sure. I have so many half-finished projects.
Maybe some medication. Perhaps I get you in touch with somebody who can get you something to help things.
Sure, why not?
All right, good. Okay. So let's get geared up and through the hole. Lucas looks ready. That's a lot of grenades. Well, there are lots of plants in there. Do we have any, what's it called? Herbicide, effectively. Herbicides or very similar things.
Is it defolianator?
I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Do we have a botanist on staff today?
Oh.
They're on their way in.
By the time they get here, we'll have gone through.
I wonder if I could make like a sonic gun that would vibrate the molecules at a frequency to make them melt.
That would work on us.
That's a good point. I won't do that.
Good. It's very good.
Especially not in an airtight thing.
Some kind of strong herbicide or something like that would be probably useful. Something
That's fine. You can grab.
Like equivalent of like a bug bomb or something like that, or
Yeah, that's fine.
Right there. Fire is always good, but Lucas will have that covered.
Oh,
Gun.
I also would say that if we're in an airtight thing, fire is not good because it'll make all the oxygen disappear, and then we'll suffocate and die.
Ah, but you have oxygen in the tanks.
Yes.
Good.
So if you're going to do that, make sure that you're near the rover.
So what you're saying is, if we are going to start the fire, do it near the cans of oxygen.
I'm assuming it's a breathable mix rather than pure oxygen, right?
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine then, I suppose. Alright, okay. And do you need anything?
I've got the knives.
You've got your knives.
I've got the toolkit inside Rhyhorn here.
Right. I've got my laptop and my bits and my cell phone and the drone. Yep. And Lucas has a small armory.
Yep.
So in we go.
Sure.
You concern me with your lackadaisicalness.
My what?
Lackadaisical? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Lackadaisicalness.
No, I get it. Your
Nonchalantness?
nonchalant. Your general attitude of c'est la vie.
It's a little concerning. Like,
I'm just towing the company line.
do you have no concern for your own well-being at all?
I mean, we're going to go in. Was there ever a scenario in which we don't go in? we going to panic? I can
No,
I can
don't
fake
panic. Don't
if you'd
panic.
like.
No. I
mean,
don't. Well, for me, no. But I presume you're higher up in the company. You can presume. I presume you can refuse these kind of things on occasion. And go no.
On occasion, yes, on the rainy day.
Oh, you like this? The look of this one, then.
I mean, it's a facility very much like ours. It's
That should worry you more. With
well,
alarms going off.
can they hear us on? Are we stepped through or?
So once you've stepped through, you could switch off the audio on the rover because that's what's transmitting back and forth. So if you want
So you
a
just go
private,
clunk.
yeah, it's Chip's rover. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You know where the off button for some of the functions.
We have many secrets that we keep. I'm very curious to see what secrets these people keep.
Oh right, it's a.
I mean, my first
curiosity
thought
thing,
was,
right,
what
that's
shiny
fair.
toys have they got, and how can I have some?
Okay.
Were you there when we went to the vault?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, Lucas was
Remember-
missing from that.
Yes.
You're more than well aware of what things we hold.
Yes.
tight.
Do you remember my friend?
I don't, I'm afraid.
Oh, there's a thing that's my friend, and it's my best friend. It's still my best friend. I don't want to not be its friend, because I saw what it did to things that are not its friend.
Also, the fact that it then broke out
Yes,
somehow
that's loose.
afterwards. It's loose.
So,
Did I miss that?
This is Pal.
Friend! No, I knew Pal. I missed that he broke out.
Oh, yeah, I believe in where you were looking at the Ori in Ryan's game, and he had that bit where something smashed through. That's now canon, and he has escaped through
Oh,
that.
no.
So,
I think that was mentioned in a session where you weren't here. That was a canon
apologies.
event.
Yes.
yeah. He's loose. So, you know, he's my friend, my best friend, and he will always remain my friend until the end of time.
And beyond.
And beyond. You know, I'm real worried about what that thing can do if it decides to chase me into the afterlife. Anyways, if that is in our thing, and, you know, all things considered, that's relatively mild. You know, a creature that, if it deems you not its friend, murders you, is relatively benign. But, you know,
There are things worse than death.
there are things worse than death, and we saw some of them in the vault, and there will be a vault here, and this place is overrun with plants,
Yes.
and an alarm is going off.
yes. So,
And
Can
we're
I
talking
see if
having
there's
this-
like
I
a
want them to
console
be
in
more
this corridor?
concerned next time.
Yes, a level of concern would help.
so
I apologise for assuming competence.
Now I feel like shit somehow. Well, let's go.
So you've stepped into a long metal corridor. The picture rendering doesn't quite do it justice. This is a massively long corridor. There is what is effectively a tram system that seems to run the entire length of this corridor. In front of you, there is greenery which seems to get thicker and thicker the further towards it gets. Behind you, the greenery starts to kind of thin out and reveals what you imagine this place originally was supposed to look like. There are kind of metal sliding doors. If I activate that, you may need to zoom.
Ooh.
So, the alarm is continuously going off. I will not be playing it in the music because it will get tiring after several hours, I'm sure. You can also you also kind of hear an automated voice, and it repeats the phrases: "Warning, hull breach. Warning. Core overload imminent. Abandoned ship.
You were assuming competence.
Well, from you, my boy.
Oh, right, that's fair. I assume my own competence. That doesn't sound good, though. Is there anything anywhere near us that registers as like terminal or an interface or a help system or a screen or some kind that Riddle could interface with to figure out what, like, to get any kind of information from this?
Yes. So,
or any Wi-Fi signals as well, actually.
No.
Like any kind of signals, radio or otherwise, or any kind of
You've got the automatic with. They are. So you should have a general schematic, which I've realised that I've forgotten to name.
We've got
which you can
a-
switch. So hopefully you've got map schematic and possibly teaser. which
Yep,
is
I can
the-
see map, schematic, and teaser.
Perfect. So.
Activate schematic?
Yeah. So, you are on the top level. So the top area seems to be dedicated towards primary living areas. You've got storage on the bottom, and then you've got kind of critical functions in the middle. That is as much as you can glean from any control panel. There is a lot of interference that you're getting when you're picking up signals. I assume that you're going to be pulling out some basic instrumentation. There is a growing magnetic field that is starting to interfere with some of the signals that you're attempting to pick up.
If I put my hand to a bulkhead or something,
Yep.
can I feel like, is the ship vibrating at all?
We're here, aren't we? We're in the middle.
I thought
You're on
yeah.
the top.
Well, we're still in the the central line, like the
Yes.
spine. So
Yes.
we're to get to. So I think the first place we probably want to get to is the window to see where we are. So.
Yeah. But also, I'm wanting to touch the wall or something to see if I can feel vibrations, just to see if if this is a ship in transit, or if I could feel did say core breach in or something, if something's overloading, if anything's shaking the ship apart.
You can. Make me a either investigation or perception roll. No, because that's a D&D thing, isn't it? Hold on 2 seconds.
It is perception still, I think.
Oh, perception's still here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you can make an open perception check.
Choose wits and composure.
Yes.
Is the schematic an interactive thing, or is it just literally painted on board?
It is an interactive thing, but it appears the interface appears to be heavily corrupted.
Does it show any areas not to go? If there's hull damage, does it indicate this area is a no-go zone at the moment?
No, it. So if you look into it, you're seeing a whole bunch of critical communication failures. So this is it's taken it from a last good point, but even that has been quite heavily corrupted. 3, you can feel some rumblings. The ship is not static. Something is moving.
Could just be the engines.
But but you know enough that it's not quite the same as the kind of Native American kind of hand on the ground. You can feel something. You're in a spaceship. You don't quite have the same frame of reference.
No, I know. I just wanted to know if this is we presumably figured out this is a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I was wanting to know if like the engines were on and we were powering through an atmosphere, or
Something is on and running.
Yeah, and vibrating.
Is
Yes.
the foliage thicker in one direction versus
Yes,
the other?
towards the front of the ship.
This way.
Yes.
Okay.
And does it look like it's one connected plant, or like is it like a vine-like thing, or is it discrete plants that
So
are...
it is too thick towards the front to tell, but where it starts to thin out, it's very obviously separate plants. In fact, now that you look closely, it's not just growing through the metal. It seems to be incorporating the metal as well. These are part plant, part mechanical.
didn't you guys deal with something on a ship that was fusing organic and inorganic matter together?
Oh, yeah. The very beginning, I remember that. That's not like this. This
Okay.
That was different.
Okay.
That's the best way I can describe that. I was going to say worse or better, but I can't.
No frame of reference yet.
No, not yet. Plants haven't tried to kill us yet, so that's a bonus.
Maybe they're friendly plants.
Can I get a knife out and literally just stroke like a leaf just to see like
Did you?
does it react to stimuli at all?
Yes, it will. What's the word? It will kind of retract, kind of flinch away from the knife.
Doesn't like a knife or a touch.
But the point is, there's not many plants that immediately react. Plants are slow; they're very intentionally
True.
slow.
But there are like some. I've seen those videos where the thing goes and they close up their little
Oh,
leaves.
the Venus flytraps.
No, that's fast. A lot faster than you think. No, like they have these little like I don't know what they were. I remember I watched a video once. I'm scrolling, on the TikTok.
You're on TikTok. I'm surprised
It's
a data
very
obsessed person such
boring.
as yourself would
It's
give up his data so easily.
I have a very particular way through on the TikTok that lets me look. I might know some people in that frame of reference who have agreed. I pass them some data. They keep my data away from them. It's kind of a tit for tat kind.
I would love to see your For You page.
Oh, it's mostly filled with things like silly bits and pieces that are kind of bits. And some stuff about gods. And never mind.
What?
Nothing.
I will give you something else as well because I've re-looked at where you're at. So there are signs to your left and right that are pointing towards escape pods, and then you have you can see crew quarters both behind you and in front of you.
So here and here.
That would seem.
And the escape pods are this way?
Yes.
Does it look like these are the escape pods or just the escape pod bays? Like we if we go in,
escape pod bays.
So we go in and then there'll be another
Yes.
chamber.
I kind of want to go and check out the escape pods.
That seems like we might be able to see where we are as well.
Exactly.
Sounds good to me.
That way or that way.
Let's try this one.
Sounds good.
You
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a good sound.
cool.
I'm just gonna move me.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm not gonna just move me.
Oh, are they all selected together?
No. I thought I
Okay.
clicked mine, but I'm moving the eyeglass.
Okay.
It's very dark in here. I can't see. Get a light.
So, you enter you have like a little control panel, and then you can see a whole bunch of kind of pod doors that have all been closed, and they all have the signs ready to launch, and they are showing that they are full. You can kind of you can see people
That
in.
doesn't seem good.
You can see people inside the escape pods desperately attempting to launch them.
Oh.
If you you can see some of them are now trying to open the doors but are unable, and on the console, the only error message that currently shows is power routing failure.
Do they react to us?
Yes. They kind of point towards the console.
I think. So if they can't open the doors either.
They cannot.
So I look at them. I look to the two of you. Do you think? Can you guys look? I'm going to pull out my laptop like I'm going to be doing some work on the thing. Can you look at pick one of the pods, the one with somebody who. Look for the people that don't look like Lucas.
Within the least threatening person in the pods.
That's the one.
I'm just checking. Lucas is hanging around with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a simmering rage.
Yes. He's currently stood kind of by the door, kind of guarding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he'll give us the backup if we need it. But
Are these people wearing uniforms?
Yes, they are.
so,
Okay.
Do they have the same insignia as?
So yes, you can make out it says AAV and then Aether, AETHER.
Can we find is there an intercom button to any of these?
No.
you could try Morse code, but in the meantime, I'll be working on this. Pulls out his laptop, looks at the console, and tries to figure out ways to jack into it or get into it and things like that.
Chip is going to get out a torch and just go. We're using Morse code to go. Just try and say hi.
Okay, cool. Computer check for you first.
Sure.
Are there plants in this room as well?
No. There are not.
So does it stop at the door?
Not quite. So it's kind of petered out several meters before this door.
It's not that they're choosing not to go in, it's just the plant has not reached.
It has not reached this area, no.
Do these people look like starving?
No. No. What are you trying to communicate via Morse code?
Do you understand this? As in, do we share a Morse code?
Oh,
Should do SOS, my boy.
yeah. They will. They'll kind of give a thumbs up.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Cool. While you think of the next question, so there is nothing wrong with the console itself. It is functioning correctly.
Right.
There is insufficient power to launch the pods. For some reason, the primary power lines and the backup power lines have failed. There is enough to generate lighting and to maintain oxygen, but not enough to physically launch them. That is not a software fault, that is a hardware fault somewhere within the system.
Could I override the doors and get them to open up so that they could come back in if they needed to, though?
No, they have locked shut.
Okay. No can do on doors or on getting them out of here. That's gonna be, unless we can dump a lot of power into it, that's not gonna happen.
From what you can tell, the power was lost mid-cycle. So they have, because there are two sets of doors, one for the actual pods and then one's for the actual bays. Basically, like elevator doors have got two sets of doors. They have both sealed and they have slightly separated. So you could physically force the first set of doors open
to whatever's on the other side. And we don't know what's on the other side at the moment because we haven't even seen a window.
Do we know whether the door... So both doors on our side have closed and sealed.
Yeah.
Do we know whether the door on wherever it's about to open up into has started to open yet? Or is that also... all three doors sealed?
So...
if we try to force a door open,
It's
it's
only
a vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Is the room that the pod is in exposed to the two external?
So I imagine it's
you can I'll allow you to see outside. I will say that there's some kind of bulkhead window. You can see. In fact, if you can zoom out,
It's like this.
like really far on
It's like
that.
that's a tube. There's a door. There's a door. There's where we are. There's where they are. And there's like this
That's
little
very
gap.
annoying because that is not the view that it says you can see. Can you click on the actual that? Is that going to show you more? That's really annoying. Hold on.
Yeah. There's this like so there's a door here that went ka-chunk, and there's another door here that went ka-chunk, and they're here.
But I want to know whether the door here has gone ka-chonk as well.
Oh no, they're in like a pod.
Yeah, but there's a door here that's going to go ka-chonk to let these guys.
Oh, they have like an extra. Oh no, they're straight out into space. So there's like it's like a little pod that just goes.
Like a lifeboat on the inside of a ship. I guess is the kind of extension.
That's kind of what
So the
I'm going
metaphor
for.
I was going for is a torpedo, where it has both an external and an internal set of doors, because it closes the internal ones. Because it closes the internal ones first to match the atmosphere
You
of
were
the external bit.
thinking like kind of like this. They're in this little pod, and then
So
they're here.
I
here.
would, I would say that there probably would be some kind of because you might not want.
The lifeboat's exposed.
It has started to open, but has not opened enough. There's enough to let the vacuum of space in,
Which is the
but not enough to release the pods.
And they have like an extra door.
They have their own door.
right,
So
which is also sealed.
so
okay.
they are safe from the vacuum of space. You are safe from the vacuum
But
of
if we
space.
start prying
but
doors
if you
open-
start prying doors open,
They will
They will
no
not be-
safe
will
from
no
the vacuum
longer
of
be
space.
safe.
there is a
Vacuum of space.
reasonable chance. So this might be kind of. So yeah, you can kind of see stars. There are kind of asteroids. Sorry, kind of. You're kind of. It looks like you're coming through an asteroid belt, and that there is a planet below,
a non-Earth-like planet, I'm assuming.
a non-Earth-like. It is not Earth. It is a blue and green planet.
No,
But different land masses, presumably.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
can't open the door.
If I look at the land masses real quick, do they look like Earth, but everything that is land has been switched with water, and vice versa?
Such a weird thing.
Well, I do like that, and if there was inspiration, I'd give it to you. But no, that is not the case. Although I do like that theory.
The languages on the terminal. And
They are all in
all
English.
So can we get? Does anyone have a piece of paper or a whiteboard or something we can just?
I pull out a tablet.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, just open up the notes on a tablet.
we can type to them, but they won't be able to communicate back. But at least.
But we can.
Oh right, yeah. There's no questions. Like we can do that. That's fine.
Do you have enough oxygen in there?
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Are we in danger? Yeah.
Are we in danger on this side of the door?
Imminent danger.
They kind of nod. And then they kind of gesture at themselves in the life pod.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it something to do with the plants in the corridor?
again, another. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Okay, is the metal being transformed into plants?
They didn't investigate it. Started going bad. And
Do you have a scientific officer in there?
pull the tablet up to like a 3D.
Yeah.
Are you the science officer? Are you the science officer? Are you a science officer?
2 seconds. They will probably point down.
As in
As in underneath.
one of the
The floor below.
floor below.
Not
At
not
least-
out towards the other.
No, they as in the floor below them. So at least one deck down.
Oh, nothing.
And actually,
else.
that's one deck down.
3.
They give a hesitant yes.
They don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Think but not sure.
Like riddle right. You lost the science officer. They're not with you.
One of them at this point has now got their own tablet out. So,
Hey!
It's a bit more.
they can go. They were working downstairs. They could be in a life pod. We don't know.
How long have you been stuck in there?
10 minutes.
Oh, relatively recently then.
Is there anything we can do for you out here? The terminal seems inoperable.
Power failure.
Yeah. They kind of
power being converted into plant matter.
They kind of discuss it amongst themselves, and then one of them will hesitantly write.
They're not individual escape pods.
Yeah, it's like three.
It's a group escape pod.
Yeah.
Yeah. There might be 2 or 3, but they're large enough to hold multiple people.
Right. I was picturing a single person pods.
Yes. No. I'm kind
like
of
lifeboats more than.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Star Trek, the escape pods are always multiple people ones.
Well, no, some of them are individual, I thought.
Anyway,
not that it matters because it's not. They're more lifeboats as opposed to.
You're saying the specificity of a nerdy pursuit does not matter.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Objection!
that our time is limited. They will say auxiliary controls ? And then bottom deck in brackets.
Has this been a containment breach from something you were working on?
We don't think so.
Is this something you've picked up?
We don't think so.
What do you think it is?
We think we got hit by an asteroid.
That's you kind of picked that up then, maybe.
So the plants are normal?
Look where we are.
We don't know.
But they weren't here 10 minutes ago when the asteroid hit?
Oh, no, yes. No, the plants are new and problematic.
You see like one smack the other one back of the head.
Yeah.
So when you go to the plants,
So,
when you go, the plants and you are...
So what are you asking? The plants?
Because you said the plants and you are...
Oh, no, the plants are new.
Ah! I thought you said the plants and you are...
No.
Okay.
No.
What? Okay, not putting this on the tablet, I'm going to be asking you two out loud.
Sure.
Should we ask them what organisation they work for? Like,
I mean,
very obviously...
We're wearing uniforms that have those insignias already. From like a glance, they might think we're
Absolutely not. Wearing body armour and...
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The body armor doesn't give it away? Doesn't have like insignias and shit?
Very specifically, no, we don't want to advertise ourselves whenever we go.
Yeah.
But they might make that assumption based on the fact that
I mean,
we're
Lucas
here.
might have police on his or something, but...
Oh,
No, it's not polite written on his.
Jesus.
They could assume that we're security officers.
Yeah. We're here. There's no way any... Like, the logical assumption is that maybe the agency's in.
I will pick one, and I'll intentionally not show the message to the other pods.
Okay.
Do you know who we are? And where we've come from?
So he will put up a message that say,
Go on.
I don't know how you got here, but I know who you are, Sam.
Sam or Simon?
Sam.
Sam?
Is that significant, or are they...
Not to Simon.
It doesn't mean anything to you guys.
Doppelganger?
Oh yeah, alternate reality doppelganger.
And I'll go, what is my security clearance?
They'll look confused, but they're kind of desperate, so they will go, you're the boss.
Of course I am.
You're the boss here. And remember, your doppelganger's out there somewhere.
Shit.
Who has all the resources of this place, so...
We best hurry. I know what I'm capable of.
This he's scared of. Everything else, no. That scares him,
For
which
a very
is terrifying.
brief moment, all the lights dim, and all of your kind of electronics kind of go dead just for a brief second, and then they'll come back up, and your kind of instruments will kind of redline, especially the magnetic fields, and then they'll kind of return back
We
to
should probably
If I pop my head back into the corridor, has the plant growth continued?
It has.
them at the moment. They kind of like surged, maybe.
At this
Or maybe I'm right, and maybe the plant matter is like eating the electricity to grow. The power to grow.
as you stick your head back out, Lucas appears to have tripped on the plants and has fallen unconscious.
I would have thought he had more situational awareness than that.
That is
Unfortunate.
highly unusual. We should probably throw him back through the portal, maybe.
Which one of his guns do you think is his
The
favourite?
portal is gone.
Which gun is his favorite?
The knife is
The
his
knife.
favourite thing.
I'll take the knife.
When he wakes up, he is going to be pissed and emotional.
And he's not going to have his knife.
No.
Oh, and the portal's gone. I
Okay,
mean,
let's
it
put him on top of the robot.
Yeah. The portal disappears every time, and every time I'm surprised. Right, down for the science officer. How do we get down?
The tram will take you down.
Ooh.
And are there trams, multiple trams?
Yes. This is effectively the turbo lift equivalent of how you get along such a massive vessel.
It's more. Is there one that is more planty, overgrown, than one that is not? Or are
There's the ones near you are currently not too badly overgrown, and the rails. There's enough movement that the rails themselves have kind of been kept free from.
I don't want to have happened to us what's happened to those guys. in
Yeah.
the past.
Yeah, I want to stay away from the plants.
So
I am
you
worried about the
But
power
also being
going on.
trapped inside of a.
Yeah.
You can head one that will kind of go down and away from the plants if you want to.
Is there a possibility of some kind of Jeffries tubes instead?
Yeah. You can take Jeffrey's tubes if you want. What would you like to do?
Do you want to send your drone down there and we'll take the...
Yeah.
Sounds good. And then we'll go take the...
So what's going on?
Okay, so I'm going to send my tiniest little drone
Okay. Yep.
down the shaft.
Okay.
Down the Jeffries tube.
Oh, okay.
shaft.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be because they're big enough for people to get through. So.
Yeah, but I've got a little pocket drone.
Yeah,
that's doing it. It's
okay,
got
yeah,
a
cool.
camera. I think I'm going to call this one Pidgey.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that one. It's free of plant life. The one that's closest to you.
So we get in the tubes that take us down. We take the... where are we going? Bottom or middle?
Bottom was. Middle was crew quarters and bottom was storage.
Yeah. We're on the top? Where are we?
We're in.
You're on the top.
Yeah, and middle is like important stuff. Bottom is like storage and things. Oh, we should have asked where the meteor hit.
Bear with.
Front of the ship.
Maybe the plants are carried on the meteor, and when it hit, then
Yeah.
that's growing out from that. Maybe rather than a meteor, it was a giant seed.
Oh, could have been. Sure.
It's not the weirdest thing we would have seen.
No, not even close. Is the captain with them?
No.
Which one is the captain's quarters up here, or is it somewhere else? Presumably, it would be
So,
on the bridge.
Are you asking the crew?
Yeah. Where's the...
They'll point so middle deck towards the front.
He gets his own special area. All right.
Captains usually do.
I mean, yeah. So I figured they would still be with the crew, or at least on the
Senior
deck.
officers probably.
All right. So down,
Down one.
and you're gonna check the Jeffrey tube with the drone while we go take this. whatever this thing, the shuttle thing.
Okay, cool. Can someone roll me a d6, please?
Oh,
D6.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Why is there a blue token there? There's a blue token there now. It wasn't a blue
Okay,
token.
and
You got blue tokens last time.
lovely. Can you roll me another d6, please?
I'll do this one. 6.
Okay, so on your way there, so you discover a small orb light. So you discover a small orb. There, you discover a small orb. Light is curving around the floating object. You think you can see your end destination inside the orb. Do you touch it?
No.
Hell no.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
How big's the orb?
Oh god.
About so big. And it's kind of yeah. No, cool. Are you going? Was it middle deck or bottom deck?
I mean.
When you say our end destination's in there, what does that look like?
So basically, on your way to the tram, because you're not stood right next to it, you have encountered this kind of.
It's like walking
Flowing.
through the corridors, trying
Yeah.
to get to the tram, and then all of a sudden there's just this orb down the hallway.
How
But
big
you
is the orb?
says to take us to our destination, right?
Yes.
But how do we know that? Do we see something through it, or
Do we look
or
at it
we
just-
get vibes?
Yeah. Do we look at it and go, this is the way we must go?
Well, where were you heading? Because you said captain's quarters. Or is
Yeah,
that-
I think
Yeah.
we were heading vaguely to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
So
So-
you see like a door with like the captain's like insignia on the front or something.
Yeah, you literally see kind of a corridor, a door, and the words kind of captain's quarters.
I mean, Riddle like takes a pen.
Yeah, let's get some readings before we
and
do.
throws it through throws out the orb.
You can see the pen flatter through.
I mean, we already stepped through one portal today.
I mean, well, let me.
You want to send it?
I bring back the small drone that I was just about to send through the Jeffries tubes.
Okay.
I don't think I even got to the next floor
Yeah,
with it
no.
yet. And I'm going to send that. I can send that through instead.
Okay. Yeah. It appears to arrive at the correct destination.
Okay, and just looking through the camera of this thing, of the thing.
So looking.
If I like look around with, because the drone has a camera on it.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking through there and turning around, what do I see from that point of view?
So you can see.
You look back through the orb and see us again, or does it just like?
You can see an orb, but you can't see through it. It's a reflection, so you can't see anything through the orb. But you can see there are vines, not quite as intense as where you've just come from. You can see a sign to your right that says bridge, one that says briefing room, and then there's a long corridor.
What kind of place is risk?
I mean,
Do we have any?
We'll step through.
I was going to say, do we have any jerky or anything? We can probably see what it does to organic matter before risking ourselves.
well, Simon's already walked through.
Oh well. Maybe he'll be jerky.
I think seeing you go through, if you don't vaporize,
Does not.
Riddle goes, alright. Steps through.
Mm-hmm.
I will follow.
Do you put the Lucas Mobile first and then you?
Well, with Lucas on there, I can't sit on the drone and I can't sit on the rover and ride it through. So
Right.
I've got to stand behind it and make it go through because I'm not confident in my abilities to drive
reset the
towards
fog of
the
war?
No, it is all right. Hopefully that's because you will discover that momentarily. So.
Oh, I can see that it's starred out. That's supposed to say captain's quarters, presumably.
Yeah, so it's been damaged. There appears to be heavy plant growth coming from under the door.
Okay, I'll be back in a second.
Kind of like an inverse of one of those things where you've got like an alien or something on the ship, and you all end up on escape pods, and you can just see it wandering around. And you're kind of watching it. We're the aliens wandering around this ship, and now these people have seen us and gone, "Oh shit, are we in danger?" Kind of thing.
So
It's very
Not when
weird.
your friendly Sam is wandering around.
So, what I will say is that room there, there is a sign that says bridge, and that room there says briefing room, and then that one, yeah.
Does it say that with the asterisks?
Yeah, it's not that with the idea is the letters are missing, are damaged as the plants have kind of grown through the sign.
Right.
So, but you've kind of worked out what's.
But in general, looking down this corridor, there is less plant life.
Yes.
It feels like it's hit the top of the ship.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as to where things are coming from. So, I've still got some of the defoliators and things of that nature, so I can throw them down if we need to, but I don't even know if it'll work on something that's partially made of metal. I need like oxygenators.
Are any of these doors got like security locks or keypads or?
Not the ones that you can currently see.
Then I'll step into the captain's quarters.
Okay. That. Is that everyone clicking?
Yeah, it was everyone clicking, yeah. That's the danger with that kind of stuff. Whoa,
Okay. Yeah, because there's several things here. So, what is that?
I don't like it. It is a flowery man. It's a flowery.
So,
Oh, sorry.
stood
There.
You okay? Oh, okay. So, vines have grown down through the ceiling. There are massive holes in the deck, and you can kind of see up to the room above. Appears to be kind of a black marbly chamber, but you can't see much beyond that. But there is reminiscence of similar vibes of when you were in the archive. There are vines that have come down, and there is a thing that is about 5 foot high. At its feet, there are kind of 5 foot petals that have all folded out as if this thing was in a pod, and it has kind of. It's blooming lots of different colours. There seems to be some kind of metal exoskeleton, and it seems to ever so slightly be breathing. It does not appear aware of your presence at this. It has not reacted to you opening the door. Is what I will say there.
Does it look? Is this a human that has been taken over by a thing, or does this look more unnatural than that?
There, from what you can see at this distance, it is not a human that has things growing on them.
Okay. It's not like I can't see like a scrap of uniform behind the.
Not that you can see. No.
It's sort of a humanoid plant thing that's come out of this bloom.
It's not even necessarily humanoid. It's kind of 5 foot. It's almost like a 5 foot kind of bush thing that is. And it's just. You get the sense that it is breathing though, so I suppose but it doesn't have any. It's not a humanoid shape. It is literally kind of like a breathing bush, effectively. There is, if you're looking past the creature, this is very much the captain's quarters. He had quite a nice looking desk and a chair. There are kind of vines that have kind of sprung through the place, but the desk appears to have a drawer within it.
Is there any indication from photos or personal items? Any indication that this is me? More than just appearance.
I do like that. Is there a way that I can show you a picture? Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find this somewhere.
Are you trying to like blow up the token image?
Yeah.
There is a way to do it on the D&D one. I don't know if there's a way to do.
Double click.
There we go. Please ignore the kind of chain coming from his mouth. That is a limitation of AI as opposed to an intentional thing. But no, it does not look like you.
That's not you.
Well,
not
if
me.
I'm the boss. If they looked at me and recognised me and said I'm the boss.
They meant the boss.
The one who owns the ship's not necessarily the one captaining the ship.
Yeah, we're in a lot more danger.
Alternate you is a CEO of some kind.
Or isn't up the corporate ladder? I like it. In which case, this room does not interest me as much as I thought it would.
Okay. Press the button to close the door.
But it's a drawer. All right.
Do you want to go and rifle through the drawers in the captain's quarters?
I mean, I would not like to rifle right next to a potentially dangerous creature, but if you'd like to go and take that risk, that is entirely up to you. You are competent after all, apparently.
I am competent, but he's the sneaky one.
Would you like me to? Fine. I'll take this risk once.
All right. You just need to get in, get what's in the drawer.
What I need to do.
Come out. I didn't see a terminal in there or anything like that, so. Although I thought it would have. Is there a door beyond the captain's quarters to a separate escape pod?
No.
Okay.
You think you can make out a door that would lead to the bridge?
Right. Like a separate thing.
Yeah.
But
that
it's
I've
sealed.
definitely forgotten to add into actually Foundry, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, before you go in, can I have Lucas's knife? I think it's serrated on one edge, so if you get trapped up, we can hopefully free you with it.
If I get trapped, I'd like to cut myself out.
You've got a big old machete, haven't you? Or something.
You never have too many knives, but okay.
I've got the stuff. Throw it in after him if something gets really bad.
You see, this is where a chainsaw would come very handy.
I mean, yeah, weirdly.
If you attached a flamethrower as well, that would have been even more.
Hang
on.
No, not right now. Not right now.
What would I need to roll?
So if you're going to do it quietly, then we'll need a stealth roll, and then this is now that I know how to show the tokens. This is sort of the thing where
Ooh,
I like it, but oh no.
Yeah.
A lot of pokey bits.
So I will need a stealth roll, and then I will need a. I believe it is investigation, which would be probably wits and investigation.
What attribute am I using alongside my stealth?
That's Dex for sure.
Great.
It's quite beautiful.
Remind me how this game works. What am I rolling? It's not. No, I'm on D6s. I'm
No,
on
you
D10s.
roll
D10s.
D10s. And if
It's
you
like,
get
I knew something was wrong as soon as I rolled them.
and if you get a 10
That's really bad.
or 0 on
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
dice,
yeah,
you get to
yeah.
roll them again. 8, 9, 10s count as successes.
Well, that's why I like these dice, which are actually 4 World of Darkness, because all the numbers that are successes are coloured differently.
7 do anything?
No.
Then no successes.
Okay. So you make some noise, but it does not seem to notice your presence. Can I now have an investigation roll?
Which is investigation plus.
Intelligence, I think.
Yes. I did have. Hold on.
Cheat sheet.
Could be wits. No, we'll go intelligence.
And what numbers do we care about?
8, 9, 10.
2 8s.
2 8s, lovely. Right, cool. Reasonably quickly check the room.
Wait, did we already have one before?
We did, and it got taken away.
Ah!
Well, we went through the orb, maybe.
And we went to the orb, and now it's back again.
Yeah.
When we move to a different location, that resets it. Or
This location has the different levels per floor.
maybe
Right.
something's trying to track us because we teleported.
Maybe.
Or going through the portal put us back in time.
Maybe.
Really?
We
Really
know
hoping
nothing.
Fucking nothing.
let's have a quick look. Right. Please tell me that
We have no discoveries at the moment.
No discoveries.
I was attempting to... okay, hold on. I think that's why the other one messed up. No, did I do
A
that?
handwritten note.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Cap Q, a handwritten note.
Cool.
So imagine
Captain York.
so when Simon grabs the thing and just skedaddles.
Yep.
What?
Presumably share this with us. Because we did see you grab it.
Yes. There's another cube on this ship.
It's our way out.
Assuming it goes to the same place. I mean, it's certainly going to be the same spatial location in our... It won't take us to the agency because otherwise they would have said something if a cube had opened and me had come out.
It's signed. This is signed S.
Given that it's handwritten,
Is
is that my handwriting?
Is handwriting.
It is very similar.
Oh shit.
Incredibly similar.
Okay, is the difference that this looks like it was written by someone who is left-handed, whereas Simon is right-handed? Or vice versa?
While I like that, no.
Literal mirror dimension.
If you believe in the study of handwriting analysis, is this written by someone who has a better moral compass than
We
Simon?
better really hope so.
Couldn't possibly say.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm going to go through the cube along with anyone who lost the Aether lottery.
I think next time we find an escape pod, ask where the lottery losers went.
Hmm.
It's good to know there's a cube on the ship now.
Yeah, Chip looks up and thinks, well, there was like an archive thing up there, wasn't there?
Wait a minute. How big is this ship? How big is this ship?
Yay
Like
big.
really big. But we're taking trams across it.
It's massive.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Are we on a escape ship?
A colony ship.
Yes, like, but no, not.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Lost the Aether lottery. The people on the
Here.
Aether won to
escape.
get away from something.
Everyone else left on the cube. Oh, that's...
The world got
If we
fucked.
cast our mind back to when we saw the planet, did it look okay?
Yeah.
From what we could...
From what you can tell, this high in orbit, yes, that
Can
seems
you tell
fine.
if a planet has been through a nuclear disaster or whatever else from this high up? I don't know. But this feels, based on this feels like what this is. This is like...
You're onto something.
Is this possibly not necessarily the cube punching through space, but punching through time instead, because they are related? And do you change your name to Sam because you did something naughty as Simon?
I would never do something naughty.
You never
People-
get caught.
I also would point out, these people recognized you. If you were CEO of the agency, there's no way anyone would recognize who you were.
That's true.
That's true.
So,
It has to
you're-
be something different.
yeah, somebody... And if you're recognizable...
Unless the planet is so far gone that anonymity is no longer a concern.
Oh, that's...
If the agency was ever to reveal themselves as a saviour, that would be
Oh, yeah, that would... Yeah,
a good reason to show one's face.
indeed.
Particularly the kudos that goes along with being the saviour.
Yeah.
Sam, humanity's hero.
But they called you the boss. If you were a hero, you'd call, like, hero, like, why...
But if this is all agency stuff,
I'm not getting that
I mean,
impression anymore.
It does feel like Sam, I was going to throw it with me and him though, because if I was to choose between a ship in the same universe versus a chance of going somewhere very different, I would choose to go somewhere very different.
Yeah, that makes
It
sense.
feels like the worst of the options available.
Yeah. I mean, going on a spaceship, I don't know. Either is a true unknown. Oof.
Let's go to the bridge and find out more.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
yeah.
Okay.
Bridge.
Have you got control over there?
Yeah, we've got control. Is the bridge door to the front? Ah, okay, cool.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
We're doing one of
Oh,
those every time we open a door, aren't we?
So.
That's the captain.
Yep. Let me just why did I create so many rooms? Okay, cool. So this is the bridge of the vessel. There is a kind of plaque above where you've come in, similar to what you've previously seen, but it has the agency arc vessel Aether. The bridge is damaged. A support strut has kind of come down and pinned the captain to the floor. He looks pretty injured. He kind of sees you and kind of makes a feeble call for help.
I will go up and I will try and do some first aid on
do I have first aid?
Okay.
I do.
Before I let these guys step into the room, what's the plant situation in here like?
So plants have started to grow through the captain's quarters, and they're starting to come through some of the overhead pylons, but it's not been completely. There's no kind of large pods or anything like that.
I'm right in saying this end of the ship is the more planty
Yes.
of them.
Yes.
Would you say that this room above is kind of, if I had to kind of pick a radius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Remind me, if I have a specialisation in the skill, I've got medicine specialisation in first aid. Does that add 2 more dice?
Is it one that you have to write down?
Yes.
I think that one's +3 for that one. I'll be generous. We're leaving this system, so if I'm wrong, then
Fair enough. In that case, I'm rolling 8 dice for my first aid.
lovely.
Jesus.
I've killed him.
Shit.
2 successes. 2 successes.
I thought you'd rolled all ones, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, right.
That's not how it works in this setting, system,
No.
thankfully.
Yeah. Okay.
This is for first aid rather than getting him out.
Yes, stabilising him before moving him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, you are able to stabilise him as much as you can. After a reasonable amount of time, you have ascertained.
Oh, you fucker.
You've ascertained that there is not much that you can do to save the captain. You have.
Isn't there?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know. If that's supposed to be a secret thing, then.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a bit of the chuckle fucks going
Okay.
on.
Yeah. You've stabilised him. You've made him comfortable, and you've bought him a little bit of time. But his injuries. Yes, he is lucid. And he'll kind of look around and goes, Sam, you came back. We're not in a good shape. The auxiliary power controls. You have to get to them. Launch the escape pods. We're in orbit. You just have to launch them. I'm sorry.
I want to go over to like the terminals and things because I imagine that the bridge might have like emergency power that's diverted in or have its own power supply to maintain as much of its like systems for as long as possible. So I want to get things like flight logs, like where are we specifically, and a better schematics of the ship.
Okay. Do you do that while Chip is conducting first aid?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, computer check.
4 successes.
Okay, you're done before Chip has finished stabilising the captain. So you will see that there's a lot of the logs are corrupted, but you will see command level archive corrupted, gravity jump successful, orbit stabilization successful, warning hull breach, warning secondary archive breach, and then it goes.
Why did they bring that shit with them?
To terraform a planet if they needed to.
He didn't know.
And then that's probably it will show the it will kind of show a slow corruption of systems that have occurred in the last 5 minutes. Oh, and sorry, probably a massive one. It goes gravity core overload in progress. Sorry, that's a pretty big one.
What happened here? You were the.
Yes, you can. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Oh.
Was he not bluffing before?
Yeah. Hold on.
Ooh.
Sorry. Yes. Ask your. Someone was about to ask.
What happened? Of the 2 missions, you're the most likely to be successful. What happened?
we too many asteroids. We hit and it hit the terraforming center. The box must have opened. Yeah. All we have to do is launch the escape pods, and hopefully the crew will be able to do something.
Is any of the containment facilities still active on this ship?
I don't think the archive has been damaged.
If the box has been opened, surely it's been breached.
No. The box was in the terraforming room, the secondary archive. We kept them separate for safety and security. The primary archive, I think, is still intact.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Except that wasn't where the dangerous stuff was. How was your mission a failure?
No, it was a success. We made it.
But how did you get back?
They have cubes too.
Have you? Oh, good. That's reassuring. Does that one have a box as well? The signal box.
Not that we've been able to tell.
Maybe it was just our world.
How would we... We've lost our equipment though. The way through. Is there any way we can get the trackers from here?
Yeah. At the rear of the vessel, straight down the corridor, the science labs. That was one of their projects. I don't know if they were successful in the end or not. But yeah. Take the equipment. I don't know who's left. But yeah, grab it. And yeah, do what you can. You'll need a code. My authorization code's been wiped.
We won't need the code. It'll be fine.
Oh, of course you've got your own. Yes, sorry. Yes. Just use your own. Yes.
Use mine or use Sam's?
Sam's. I'm sorry. I don't.
That's all right.
Recognize you.
I work in closely. Sam, we've got several problems that we'll need to address when we get the auxiliary power back online.
Did we not include a failsafe in the box? Surely there must be a way of jettisoning it.
Well, I mean, if you can get in there and close the box, it should stop the spread. But the ship's already been damaged.
I just worry if... I think our priority is the crew, of course. But if the box is ever to make it to planet side, then...
Yes. If you can get the box out, I think the scans look good. It showed, even without the box, we were still looking at a 50% survival rate, which is better than Earth, eh?
Just wondering if there was a Pharaoh plague or something.
I left before you did. You know this. What was your last memory of Earth?
The rapture had continued.
Not a Pharaoh plague then.
Nope.
Most places were molten lava by the end, and the laughing, the continuous laughing. can't seem to forget it.
May I have a conversation
Of
with
course.
you in the hallway?
Of course.
You'll stay.
Yeah, I'll stay with him.
All right. Rapture. This is not a good place to be. We need to.
What do you think the agency is preventing?
There's a.
I've seen the reports from your missions. Even the ones
not Rapture. Usually, he said. Well, maybe he doesn't know enough to know what he actually. Unless it was.
A rapture.
Well, usually when you use. I really want to know, but I can't. We can't give him enough information to figure. Well, it's very hard to. Like, I want to. Was there? What they said there was laughing. What does that mean? It's not the ones that I could think of.
Do we know of any cases from our experience that involve laughter?
Yes, but none that are linked with anything known as the Rapture. Laughter is usually associated with things like tricksters or maybe witches, but again, there's no reference to Rapture in either of the. Yeah.
That's like biblical, stuff. Like really, the horns and the angels of death and all the, the rest
But
of
the
them.
uneducated rapture could be anything.
Well, yeah, that's true because we're in a different world. It could be like their version of the Rapture is a bunch of clowns jumping out of a clown car on the. I don't like clowns either. They're real weird. Have you ever seen the Russian clown? Jesus, fucking terrifying.
I'll back away.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right. He's.
What's his reaction to that?
Yeah, he kind of ignores you. He's not fussed either way.
The engines are screwed. Something about the gravity well being broken. I don't know if we're going to get these auxiliary systems
I'm more
online.
concerned about our escape than anyone else's. If there's an escape pod we can use, we also need power.
That's true. That's true. So, you mentioned something about the cube is in the back of the ship. So we use that to get away.
I don't know if the cube is here now.
Oh, well, that's problematic. But there's a containment facility.
On all the missions that we've been on with the cube has never gone through the portal, right?
No.
So it could be that their cube is still on the ship.
If you remember what the note said, it said that if they're successful, reopen the portal to let us back through. So they should still have the
They should
cube.
have, yeah.
So the cube is somewhere on the ship.
Let's go ask him where the cube is.
Yeah. Reasonable. It might be in the science area that he's mentioned before. Probably.
Because when we did the medical check, we stabilized him, but he was effectively a.
Yeah, he was a
It's
death
it's one of those things where like if we move the bar, he'll die from septic shock or something.
Yeah, he's not in a good place.
Oh, it's like that. Like sometimes this happens when people get jammed in between cars and things like that.
They're actually fine.
They're actually fine.
But
They're
then as soon as you
remove
do
it, it's like,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah, because the beam is kind of applying weight to a lot of the open wounds.
Yeah.
The moment you open, he'll bleed out in seconds.
Yeah, and keeping all the bad toxin chemicals that are building up everywhere around him. Yeah. All right.
To go back in. Where's the cube?
So as you re-enter, the captain is stood up, working on one of the consoles. The beam is still in place. There are kind of bits of metal missing, as if someone's kind of taken chunks out of it by hand.
What the fuck happened?
How did he do that? Did he do that? Do I believe him?
Insight.
What is an insight?
That's a very good question. So
I think it's empathy and something else.
So it is. It is empathy and
Composure?
no, composure is the resist.
Right.
Yeah, it might be minutes.
It is. It's empathy and composure
Cool.
versus a contested either presence or manipulation, depending on whether you're telling the truth or lying, and then expression or persuasion. And yeah, you can either.
Surely it should be presence or manipulation. Your choice of those.
Yep.
And then it's either persuasion. Sorry, presence or manipulation. Either persuasion or subterfuge, depending on whether or not I'm lying.
Yes. Where's subterfuge?
The very
Very
bottom.
bottom, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I hadn't scrolled to the. Yeah, it had missed the entire bottom line off. Yes. Sorry.
So is it presence or manipulation?
So
it's one of the ones from above.
presence if you're telling the truth, manipulation if you're lying.
And for us, it's just presence and empathy.
No, it's composure
Composure and
and
empathy.
empathy, because composure is your resistance one.
No successes.
4 successes.
1 success.
There is Chip is looking a little bit horrified and and shocked at the things that he has just witnessed.
Oh, cool beans. Just dusted himself off and was like, yeah, bye-bye.
I was trying to help him,
Right.
and then he pulled bits out of the beam, rubbed them on his body, got up, started working on the common platform.
As one does, of course.
Yes.
You need to get the fuck out of here. That's always a concern.
So, are we good for you to remain here and try to stabilise the ship and preserve as much of it as possible?
Yes, I'll keep going things. I'll keep things going here. Get to the auxiliary controls. Restore emergency power, and then I'll launch them from here.
Maybe that's normal for that.
Do we have any security camera? Can we see what the state of the rest of the ship is?
I would have definitely found any of those stuff.
Yes. There are bits that are missing, and again, hold on.
Oh, sorry. With 4 successes, Chip is not telling you the whole story.
Ah, okay.
But everything you said is technically truthful.
He's horrified by what happened, even if he calls what happened.
Oh no.
How much would you be able to see?
If they're out, they're out. Because security cameras go out all the time.
Also, there's been a bit of power fluctuations all over the ship.
From the bridge, you can see that room.
Briefing room, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I'm really hoping that it doesn't disappear. And you could. You can also see. Let's go in that one.
Comms hub.
Alright.
There we go.
Didn't get much of it. Didn't get to see any very much. The briefing room, desks, tables, chairs, that kind of stuff.
What's
and
the
then
level of
communication
plant
room.
life in those rooms? Is it?
Middling, about the same as the bridge.
I think we need to get
Not
to
as much as the captain's quarters. That's got a lot of growth and is continuing.
Well, let's get to auxiliary power, get that running, and then we'll figure out what to do from there.
Yeah. Which way to auxiliary power, Captain?
The bottom deck near the rear of the ship.
Furthest away from the plants, I like that.
Yeah, he will direct you. Hold on, 2 seconds. What I will do is just so that you know roughly where you're going. Oh come on, this is... I say it's really slow, but it's probably just because it's a...
If
jazz
you do a copy paste instead, you'll have a better chance. You'll have a better time of it.
Oh, okay. I'm almost here now. Hold on.
Yeah. That way you don't have to go through other things.
A
lot of things I learned doing this a lot.
Okay, hold on. So I'll copy and paste it from now on, but for now I'll just
You can leave that one there because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Spacey and nice.
Yeah, right, okay, lovely. So you want one in the bridge.
Yeah.
Where'd that go?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yeah,
on the bridge.
Here's on the bridge?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, because I had the wrong token selected. Okay, cool. Right, you taking the tram to the auxiliary controls?
That's the quickest way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems reasonable.
Can you roll a d6 for me?
We both rolled one.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
turn.
I need to.
So how long does this tram take to get us to where we're going?
Dice.
Is it like quick or is it
Yeah,
like...
pretty quick. Yeah. Maybe 10
When we
minutes.
get in the tram though,
5.
I go, now that we're out of earshot of the captain, what the fuck really happened in there? Because I know you're lying to me. And the thing is, if Lucas had caught you lying, he'd have shot you. Especially after what that happened to him.
Didn't want to say in front of him. I was trying to save his life,
Right?
and I was really, really, really just willing him to not die. And then something went click, and then he went.
Something went click.
Yeah, something metaphysical just clicked.
You willed it in. You willed it to happen.
A little bit.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay.
Is maybe the rules of physics are a little iffy here?
Maybe.
Has something gone click before?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Never like that.
Oh,
But like it a little bit.
That's a bad thing.
Like, I don't fully remember everything that happened, but I have had my own life saved before. And it wasn't me that did it, but something happened and I didn't die. Where I should have done.
But now you're manifesting that in other people. And it would be really nice to know if you can make it happen again in case of an emergency.
Just double check to make sure Lucas is still unconscious.
He is out.
Okay. How old do you think I am?
30, maybe? I don't know. I can't tell how old you
I can't remember how old you're supposed to be presenting us.
Early 20s. Late teens, early 20s.
People from
So,
the Ukraine and Russia, we look like we're 50 all the time.
Okay, so you'd say I'm roughly 20-ish.
Alright? Sure.
Let's go with that.
I've been roughly 20-ish for over a decade.
Interesting.
I haven't aged since the incident.
That's not that unreasonable. I mean, what decade? That's 10 years. That's okay. Don't age that much. I mean, if you said, "Oh, I was a teenager and I've been a teenager for then I might."
I'm 37.
You're 37. You don't look like a 37-year-old Westerner. I'd say that.
You feel like someone wants to say something and then just buttons himself up and goes, okay.
Look, I didn't ask this.
Do you have a taste for blood?
No.
What's the other one?
Vampires don't typically will other people to be healthy.
No, that's not in their MO, as far as I know, anyways.
Okay. I get out my entity detector camera. Pop it open. And double check to make sure Lucas is still unconscious. I pointed at myself.
Right.
And you can see that it is popping up with an entity reading.
Does it say which one yet? Is it ones that we do know or that you've built in a name for or we don't know?
I think you have encountered the colour before. Whether you have identified it, I do not know.
what mission did we encounter the colour?
Yeah.
We didn't have the camera when we went and dealt with...
It could be that you've pointed it at yourself secretly.
I believe there was something possibly in the Kilda Forest, which was a mix of different colours.
Yes, you saw. Yes, you have seen one of the colours, because I think it was green and a kind of grey-white colour. Like a, it's not pure white. It's kind of a, like kind of an off-white. With the two colours that you saw, and we're getting the off-white with.
This is, I've been thinking it's preservation.
Does this thing give intensity, or is it just a... So do we get like, this is the god, or this is an avatar, or this is a touched being, or is it just...
This is a binary.
Is it just binary colour?
So... it does show degrees, because when there are some areas that have been kind of saturated, it kind of just blooms. You're not getting that. You're kind of getting it closer towards the touch end rather than God end, if that makes sense.
We don't have to kill you yet. Excellent.
I'd really rather not.
We will have conversation later, I think. Well out of earshot of him. Alright, well, you should... divulging that information while Lucas is unconscious is... You should have started with that. Just hiding it doesn't seem to make much sense in this case. So let's... I'm usually one to keep those kinds of secrets, but between the three of us, I really hate the fact that we have to keep keeping certain secrets from him, but he is kind of...
Scary.
Yeah.
The gun is scary. You just need to know where to point it.
The problem with that gun...
It's got auto-targeting to...
And it's got triggers on all sides and barrels on all sides, and it just kind of goes off sometimes.
You just have to be not in the barrel when it happens.
I guess that's the trick.
Or I'm sure the ammo is clipped when it comes to that point.
I like that idea.
What is worse is the fact that the entity is on this side of the cube.
Oh. That's the first time you've been able to do this, haven't you?
It's the first time I've tried.
Oh. So, do the entities persist across all of them? Like all realities?
The only... Okay, I can feel the effects of the entity at all times, except when we're in that weird subway platform space. That's how I knew that place was shielded from the entities.
You don't actually need... So you knew where a place was shielded just by being in it, because you couldn't feel the link.
And I've been trying to recreate that in that secret space in my workshop. Partly because I think if he gets a good night's sleep, he might be less psychotic. That
ship has sailed.
That's definitely not true.
He was a vain.
Then we look at each other and go, no. Under no circumstances is that true.
There are moments when he wanders off, and he seems to have a really good night's sleep after that. And he's still the same old.
Tracking him when he does that is unbelievably difficult. I have noticed some worrying reports. I assume you have seen similar?
Of course.
You sleep with a gun, don't you? Or a knife?
No. I used to.
A fully armed security system.
I have a toaster now.
Do you know that's weirdly more threatening somehow in this context?
God, I love toast.
Next time you're around, I'll serve you some.
It's not the toast, it's the jams and preserves on them. Oh. Preserves.
That's... Can we...
Yeah, let's
find this place.
let's get going.
Cool.
Should we just leave him in the tram, maybe? I mean, he's safe enough.
Problem is, well, okay, yeah, hang on.
Is he on top of the rope drone thing?
The rover.
Yeah.
Yeah, which has like a seat, so
Yeah.
it's propped up.
Yeah, just just pop him off so we can still keep that with us. Just leave him in the.
I mean, if you have to load the rope with us anyway, we might as well load
I guess
it.
that's
I mean,
true.
it's not costing us any effort.
Yeah, I can drive this, or I can set it to like auto follow. Although I've just not quite got the tracking right.
I would rather not have to go get him if we find a way out.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And knowing Lucas, if we left him here, he'd find a way back.
And be very displeased.
I really hope he gets better, or something. Or I don't know what. Let's go save some people so I feel better.
Yes, let's save ourselves.
That too.
Yeah.
Auxiliary.
We're people.
Yeah. We are people. Are you people? I hope you're people.
I'm people.
I'm people.
Yeah.
Of the three of us, you're the one that could least make that claim now.
Yep.
I feel like people.
You know, so did Chat. I'm gonna point that out a little bit.
I never met Chet. I never had the pleasure, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was a... Oh boy. Auxiliary controls. Yes, let's crack this egg.
Okay. So, have you opened the door?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you enter. There are a series of electrical cables kind of running above your head and running into several different kind of machines. There is a control panel in front of you that just flashes the error. Power. Hold on. Really hoping that's going to show
I
something.
can see rooms, but I can't see any content within.
There we
Auxiliary.
go. There we go.
Oh, no,
Oh
puzzle.
no, it's a puzzle!
I mean, I love it.
And it
but
says power imbalance detected. There are a series of kind of sliders, some of which are damaged.
That's the ones that have no slider on, I'm assuming?
Correct.
An error? Yeah.
Yes.
So looking at this, do we need to get every different colour adding up to the same total?
Who knows?
What can we manipulate in this context?
So the idea behind it is at the bottom you've got dial switches, like that they can be moved up and down in from 0 through to 5 are the kind of positions that they can be in.
Sure.
And then there are little kind of numbers, and they're in sets of 2. So there's a top number and a bottom number. What all of these things mean, I could.
So if we...
Well, I could say, but I'm not going to.
So we The ones that are air, they don't have toggles. They're broken.
Correct.
Okay.
They're stuck in their current position.
Okay. Which is whatever that. Okay, I see. So if we take the toggles and we start, I don't know, the far left yellow one. If we drop it down to about midway, maybe.
Drop it down 1 unit. Let's
Oh
see
yeah,
what
one unit.
One unit
Dunk.
does.
Yeah, there you go.
The top number goes from 5 down to 4.
Okay.
And the bottom number doesn't change.
Bottom number does not change.
Okay.
Do any of the other numbers change?
Nope.
40 down 1, the green 40.
It will drop it down. Hold on.
You're mathing. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, because it's that. It should be 32.
Oh yeah.
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 Mathing is math. Okay.
And again, only the top number?
Correct.
So bottom number is the maximum, top number is the current,
Yeah.
and we need to make them all the same number total. So the yellow ones. 4 times 5, 20.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, bottom is its max, and then each increment is.
But also the
Shit!
But first column of every colour is the just increments of 1. It feels like. Second column some middle number, and then the third column has the extremity.
Is it
It's almost like ones, tens, and hundreds kind of.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, that could be.
So can we use the middle one as the one we know all 3 of? Is there any way we can infer what the maximum value is based on the
5 times 5, 25. Oh, it's sorry, it's 5, 45, 40.
So that'd be 90.
That's its maximum amount.
Whereas the maximum for the blue would presumably be 62.5. Oh no, it's not increasing though.
So Rich was saying that it's like you've got a hundreds column, then a tens column, then a ones column.
I don't think.
But not in those exact units, but that's kind of it feels like the far left one is a single unit adjustment.
The problem is that I think the third bar of the yellow, it's at the same level as the one to the left of it, and yet it is only 8 as opposed to 14 as its current value.
No, that's its position.
Yes, the positions are the same, so it's like 2 out. It's slot 2 out of 5.
It's because each
Oh, I see.
each
I
cube
see. Yes,
is
no, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So each cube of that middle one is 7, and then each cube of the far right one is 4. And the orange one is 4,
Yep.
4, then 1, then 9, then 8. Yeah, 8, 1. Gets to 2.5, 0.5, 0.5, 1, and 10. Math.
But you've also got how they combine as well, based on the schematic above them.
Yeah. Are the blue lines, are they all supposed to be like conjoined, or is it two separate blue chunks? Because the two, because on the
blue one's the only
diagram,
one that has kind of like a
double line.
yeah.
What with the arrow pointing towards it?
Yeah.
That is, that's a slight issue with how the software's kicked it out. So. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
That's just one line, like on the left-hand side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So try to get them all to be the same total number, and then we'll see what happens. What's the maximum? So the maximum that this one can be is 5, 35 plus 8, so 48. What's ever the least? Don't we can get to 48 from... Get to 40... 45? Can't move that. 35, 42?
If I move the second blue column up one, does it go to 0.5?
Yes.
Yeah. 43? 43, can I get to 43? 4, 1, 2.
So that one is
Yes.
more the decimal, so that one needs to
Can-
be.
It needs to be either 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, but we
Or
could get
zero.
to 43 on all of them, I think. Yeah?
Yeah, 43 to on all of them.
Yeah, 43 by slamming the far left yellow one all the way down to the bottom, the
So
middle
making that
one.
0,
Yeah, middle one all the way to the top.
Yeah.
35.
Then,
That last one has to stay at 8.
Yeah.
yep, because it can't move.
That's 43.
Then drop the middle green one down,
Yeah.
then up the green left 3, and then far right blue up 1, and then the either of the other two blues up 2. Yeah, 2 on that third column.
So when the green one,
30.
you say how you go through that
So
game?
so far the green one,
Yep.
leave the far right one 40,
Yep.
and then move its left column up 3.
And the middle column down 1.
Yeah, the middle column down 1.
Okay. So that gives you.
It's 43 on all of them, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a 43 here on all of them. If we go for
Yeah.
0, 35, 8, 3, 0, 40, 2, 1, 0, 40.
Cool. Yep. Wasn't the one I had down, but that is also acceptable.
The problem
So-
with these kind of math solutions, there's
I-
a million different
I was
answers.
like, there probably are more solutions.
Here's one I found. I'll use
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. So okay, cool, lovely. So with a with kind of a hum, all of the screens kind of show green, and then after a few seconds you kind of hear like the thunking of metal as exterior doors open, and then you can kind of hear
Escape
kind
pods
of
releasing.
escape
Right.
pods releasing. Yeah, well done.
Right,
You need
let's
to find the cube.
yes, fine,
That's
get
our
the,
way out.
get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Where did you say the cube was?
Back of the ship.
Science.
Yeah,
Is that on the floor level we're on now?
So the cube.
the science
The
area.
science area, yeah.
Well, you asked for auxiliary controls.
And we also
We
asked.
also asked where the primary archive is, and also where the cube was. I thought we did. Did we go like that?
You did not.
Did we assume it was in the science centre?
Yeah, we might have assumed it was in the science.
You
center.
asked if he had scanners and scanner equipment, and he said
Yes, he did say that. Yeah.
yeah, they were in the science labs mid deck towards the rear.
Oh, so that's
did
up
not-
one.
Yeah, you did not ask about the cube.
Alright, well,
we did ask about the primary archive.
That's true. We did ask about the primary archive where it was.
Did you? I missed that. I thought you were going to ask him about it, but then he started to get up and walk around.
I thought that was the cube question. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe yeah. Okay. Either way, let's go to this.
Do we have an intercom now available?
That's
Now
true.
that
yeah.
Power's balanced.
Can we-
Could maybe call up to him.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
This so badly.
Yeah, it's a bit staticky. But yeah, he goes, oh yeah, brilliant work. Escape pods are launched. Well done, thank you.
Are there any more escape pods still attached to the ship, or is everyone out?
I'm still detecting a few life signs, but the escape pods have all been launched. But we've got several shuttles. Yeah, I'll continue to try and maintain things here. But yeah, if you want to get out.
Where's the cube?
Oh, oh yes. We definitely need to grab that. You'll need my.
But we did say we need his code, and then
Yeah.
So we
Yeah,
have
we
talked
did.
about
Yeah,
it.
we have talked about it.
I thought that was in. No, you're right. Yeah, sorry. That's a me fuck up. Apologies.
That's fine.
2 seconds. 'Cause I made this.
That's why I made a wiki, so I didn't have to remember everything.
Yeah.
Outsource the memories. Because it's shit.
If you can't grow your own storeboard, it's fine.
That's how I've done it. Yes, thank you. Pass me. Yes. The archive. Yeah, I think the codes for it have been wiped. But if you use the master code,
I'm not going to say no.
1637. You'll also need a swipe card from one of the high-ranking staff members, chief engineer, chief medical officer, one of those. Yeah.
It'd been nice to get one of those before they all jettison themselves.
I don't know where that's. I don't know where my one's gone. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Slide in
But yeah.
Oops.
now. Probably his breast pocket, and that just got smushed.
But yeah, if you're looking for the the archive on the level that you're on towards the front, not at the very front, but the room. Can you see where I'm picking it? Yeah, kind of there.
Right. But the
How
key.
close are we to the scientific thing where we asked about the scanners?
Oh, that one level
That's
up.
one level up.
So may as well on this.
Stay on this floor first.
We need to find a key card. Well, maybe I can bypass it, but we'll find out.
Worth a look.
Worth a look. Cube's on here.
Yeah.
Archives here. Wait, is the cube in the archive?
Yeah, towards the rear.
Right. Towards the rear of the archive.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right then.
What's more important?
I mean, we've saved all
Is
the
it
people.
easy to traverse on this floor or risk going up one to where the... Because I'm assuming on the lowest floor, plant growth is at the most minimum.
You have yet to encounter any.
Yeah. So I think we might as well go up before the upper levels gets
Too bad to
Too-
go through, and we need the scanners.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense.
So you're gonna head up.
Yep.
Head up one.
Okay, someone roll me a d6.
3.
3. Okay.
There's a friendly orb that wants to take us to where we need to go.
Yeah. And wipe out all these. That'd be nice.
That'd be lovely.
Friendly orbs.
Or maybe we should have used the orb later on to clear it.
So I'm starting to feel that way.
3, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can someone else roll me a d6, please?
Oh. 4.
Okay. So as you're heading towards the tram, as you move through the corridor, you come across a section that appears visually distorted. Random debris clings to the ceiling. Do you continue down the corridor or find a different route round?
It's visually distorted, so it's not just anti-grav has gone wrong, it is actually...
Have you ever played like Elite Dangerous? How they do the black holes, where it's kind of mirrored but kind of distorting light,
Okay.
so it kind of looks like that. It's not a black hole though, but
Okay, but not just technological
Take a
anti-grav
coin,
has gone...
throw it in there.
I love that. Yes. So you can. It kind of becomes distorted and then falls to the ceiling.
So it goes.
Yeah.
Is there any way around it?
You can find a different way around, but that will take
Costs us
time.
time.
Yes.
Time. I mean,
Can we throw... Can I throw something hard enough that in theory it would go like
far.
like so hard that it can go through it.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. So, and it does exactly that. So gravity kind of pulls it towards the ceiling, but then as it passes through, it then falls back to the floor. So you end up with a curve like that.
You can see how far it is.
Are you intending to jump through and then be okay on the? I will throw up if I do that. That feels like it's gonna make me. I think. I was looking at this thing. How do we get him through?
We have to come back through this way. We leave
That's
him
true.
here.
We leave him here and then. Come
I mean, I don't really want to drive the drone through.
Sure.
'Cause it'll just go,
I have to kill it.
More Lucas situation.
Have you not put nitro on the road?
okay, it was either oxygen tanks or nitro tanks.
Do you know what? Hey, at least you preserved our health before making the thing go faster. Okay, right. I think we just walk and like try and do an MC
Try to
Escher.
it safely, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
walk onto the wall and then okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have dex saves from you? Or
Dexterity plus athletics. Okay, cool.
God.
I'm going to use a willpower.
Yeah, me too. You get 2 extra dice if you use a willpower, don't you?
I thought it was 3.
Oh, 3, okay.
I'll use a point of willpower as well because you know this
Plenty
system's
of
going
it.
away.
Ooh.
Wait, no.
Okay. 3.
Lovely.
2.
Lovely.
3.
Okay. Yeah. With the agility resembling a cat, you kind of land kind of on your feet, undamaged, and it seems to have warped you where you need to go, or you are at least on the above deck, so the middle deck, so.
Right. Scanners.
Yeah, let me just hook you around there. So, directly in front of you, so there is a sign that says Med Bay, and then over there you're seeing Science Labs.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah.
And there says Med Lab. So you've got Med Bay, Med Lab, and then 2 Science Labs. And then right at the very end is Engineering.
We came here for scanners to help us back on our
They
rail.
had
Are we still getting error warnings about gravity core overload?
Yes.
I might go look in engineering real quick, just to see if there is anything that I can do to prevent the core overloading whilst we're still on it.
That's not a bad plan. Well, me and you go in the
Get
science
the
labs.
lab. Sorry.
Cool.
If you see anything fun, take it.
Okay, so two things are going to happen.
Oh no.
Right. So.
No.
The chief engineer.
Yeah.
Was the chief engineer?
Where? That. How have I got to do it? View that, and then do that.
Woo!
Cool.
She's normal.
Is she crushed under a pillar or anything?
No.
Just double checking.
Oh, everyone's getting crushed under pillars lately.
She is frantically trying to repair the core. So she sees you come in, and she goes, "Oh, thank God! It's the containment's failed. You need 2 moments. Why? Because that's that room. Okay, cool. Go. Give us a hand, will you? We've got a coolant leak and the energy connectors are out of sync.
I've rebalanced the energy flow already, so the escape pods are away at least.
Oh, that's for the ship. No, the gravity core's got its own power unit. What do you want to do first?
Say that again, then.
The gravity core's got a coolant leak, and the energy connectors are out of sync.
I'll do coolant.
Okay.
Where is it? Is it fairly obvious?
Yeah, she will kind of. So, the way I imagine the gravity drive is. Have you seen Event Horizon?
No.
Oh God, this is a bad place.
It's kind of got like spiky wall panels like all the way around, and but rather than there being a gateway in the middle, there's
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cutting this off at the pass. I'm not recreating Event Horizon. Please don't sue me. There is a metallic orb, and it has got cracks in it, and rather than light coming out, light seems to be leaking in. You can lift up one of the panels, and there's kind of like Jeffrey's tubes, like service tunnels underneath, and there's.
Lovely.
Yeah, spook.
Okay.
Yeah. And so there's.
It only has a portal some of the time.
Yeah. But I actively wanted to avoid there being a portal because that's not where I'm going with this. I just like the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a good aesthetic.
It's a good aesthetic.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you can see pipes, and there's kind of liquid that is the floor is wet, so there is clearly a coolant leak. I will require a.
Intelligence plus crafts.
That's the one for me, please. Meanwhile, you guys are at the door.
No, this is not electronics, so I don't get to apologize.
Which door are you trying?
In the interest of time, why not one each?
Sure.
Okay. With the 2 science labs.
Yeah, just north and
Okay,
south.
cool. There are keypads on both of them, and it goes, please enter code.
We try the captain's code. The one, the override one. He said.
Yep. Code not recognized.
Stupid. I'm beaten by a stupid piece of technology. And yeah, he tries to hack this thing.
Okay.
So I assume computers.
Yep.
4 successes.
Okay.
So, 4 successes.
Okay. So you've both done this incredibly quickly. So
That's what we're good at.
yeah. So.
All we need to do is open one of these doors, and there'd be like one of those the bureaucracy thing from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and you'd be sorted.
Okay, so we'll do the coolant first. So you've located the pipe that is leaking the fluid. As far as you can tell, you can. You have some tools you can repair it. You do not have replacement parts, but you can repair it. Yeah.
Are there like some space age tools here that I could use?
So the technology is remarkably similar to current
Okay, fair enough.
tech.
So I can just use my own stuff to go.
Yes. Your only concern is the repair to do it properly is going to take a while. Would you like to begin that process?
No, I'd like to do a patch job on this, so that I can move on to the next thing to do a patch job on that, and then once they're both at least stable, reassess.
Okay. Can you make me another tools and crafting check? And top or bottom?
I think I would do Simon's door first, so whichever one.
Top or bottom?
Let's do me, mine. Yeah, I'll do this side, you do this side.
So yeah, I open your door,
Yeah.
and then I go over to do the other key pad effectively.
Hold on. Okay.
3 successes.
Lovely. Okay. So.
Jesus Christ.
So you. Is it Science Lab A? Yes. Okay. So inside you see 2 artifacts that you have seen before. One is the TV that you recognise from your previous venture into the archive. It is showing nothing but static, but it has been kind of wired up to a whole bunch of additional signal receivers. And then the other one was, I think it was referred to as the signal box, and it had a button and a countdown on it. And you guys opted not to push the button. The timer here just says 0. Hold on, because I'm really sure that I've got something for this.
Do we remember what the TV did?
Is that the one that played commercials of soup?
Not commercials, it showed people eating soup. So
I can't remember what happened after you watched the people eating the soup.
you were overwhelmed with a desire to eat soup.
But nothing more sinister than that? Wasn't like if you didn't eat soup or something? Or...
I think because the toaster.
Toaster consumed anything that you put into it and gave you perfectly cooked toast.
Yes.
And also knocked you out whilst you did it.
No.
The light bulb, the light switch chose to turn itself off and would consume anything, which is why I didn't think that, because it had its own consciousness.
I think there is something that happens to the toaster if you smell it. I think you pass out during its creation of toast and then you wake back up again, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Pop it down. That's done.
Okay, so hopefully. Hold on. Really hoping that's. Is that the right one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the signal box. So here it just. I really thought
Was it counting down to something?
Yeah, it was counting down. really thought I had notes on this. Okay, don't. So the timer reads 0, and below where the timer is, where the button is, it's kind of opened up, and a little message that just says game over.
Shit.
Is displaying. There are post-it notes written. The box has been graffitied. There are messages along the lines of "fuck you," kind of written onto it. It's been spit upon. People have scratched it, but it has also been wired up to a series of different machines that appear to be some kind of detector. The TV is just showing static. Yep. Cool. So, really thought I had more notes on this, but that's fine. We'll come back to this. Chip, as you are conducting the repairs. Sorry, hold on. You've just finished repairing the coolant leak. It's not great, but it'll do. At which point you hear an enormous explosion.
Did I pick the wrong one?
You don't. You're not 100% sure. The explosion is only deafening for a minute second as you are all pulled inwards into the gravity drive and suffer a really, really horrible death. At which point...
Says it so casually.
So we all suffer a horrible death, and then...
Yep.
Oh, what a dream. Oh.
You step outside of the escape pods on the top floor to find Lucas has tripped over the plant and has fallen unconscious.
Is it just me or is everyone?
Everyone.
Everyone was pulled into the engine.
You were all pulled into the engine, died horribly, and you wake back up, stood just outside the escape pods.
Do I have my willpower back?
Your willpower, health, everything is restored.
Right, the escape pods are still there with people inside banging to...
Yep, that would be...
Was it the engine going that was that explosion? Because I was right there.
Yeah, you feel that the repair. You don't think the repair caused it. You think the engine was too far gone by the point that you had got there.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to you guys and go, I need to get to engineering now.
I need a minute. We died.
Yes, and we're going to die again if I don't get to engineering now.
Good point. We don't really need to go see the captain, do we?
I wonder if he still... if he remembers.
Good. Yeah, fair.
Do you remember escaping? Hold up to the people in the...
They look at you confused.
Whoop.
An artifact has activated. Do you remember leaving the ship?
They go, no, that's what we're trying to do.
So it's active on us.
Maybe because we died in the explosion. They didn't die out there, so they don't remember.
But why this moment?
Something about that special.
Maybe it was the RQ portal disappearing.
Video camera. On the body of... Not the dead body, the unconscious body of Lucas.
So
See,
there's nothing. No, there's nothing that you can detect on that.
What about the ship itself?
Yeah, or the plants.
The plants are showing a bright white light, but that it is slightly grainy, the image. Possibly because it's not quite the same region that this thing came from.
So, I mean, in theory, if it's a similar wavelength of light, it's a similar thing, and preservation is a kind of a murky white. It seems like a brighter white. This could be something like propagation. I mean, it is propagating.
You need to fix the engine before we
Yep.
die again.
I'm going to head
And
straight to engineering.
We'll go to the bridge.
D6 for me, please. You can also choose between the numbers 3, 4, and 5.
I can choose.
Yeah, you can either roll the dice, or you can choose 3, 4, or 5.
We didn't figure out what the dice was, though, did we?
Nope.
I am just going to roll then.
Mm-hmm.
Can we?
4.
Okay. Cool. Can I have another D6? So
It's just for me, or
You're the only one going to the engine.
You're the only one travelling to a different level.
6?
6. Okay. You discover a small orb. Light is curved around the floating object. You think you can see your end destination inside the orb. Do you touch it?
Sure.
You are zapped straight to the engine room.
You're horrifically maimed. Shit.
Hold on. Is there a token on each level? There's not, is there? Let's get you back up here.
No.
Open door. I'm here to eat toast and fix engines, and I'm all out of toast.
Okay, cool. The chief engineer is stood around the engine, trying to assess what they can see on the control panels. She'll turn to look at you and go, "Wait, lend us a hand."
Yeah, sure. This engine looks like it's about to explode.
That it is. I can't quite work out what's wrong with it yet. I'm just trying to get diagnostic data.
Alright, let's have a look. I think probably got a coolant leak of some kind. Oh, no, that would happen later, never mind.
So,
Don't say shit like that.
what do you do?
Okay.
Do you wait for her to finish her diagnostic, or do you get immediately into the same spot that you got into before? Or something different? Sorry, this isn't a either-or situation. Entirely up to you.
Okay, whilst she is doing the diagnostic, I am going to be doing a visual inspection.
Visual inspection.
Just to see if I can see where the failure point is likely to be.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know where it was before, right?
Yeah.
I'm remembering that there was an issue with the core itself.
Yeah.
And I had a choice of two things, either the coolant, which doesn't look like it's happening yet, and there was the engine itself going wonky. What do I remember about that?
So so you've got a coolant leak, and there was the energy connectors were out of phase.
Okay, yeah, I'll say, okay, what about the energy connectors? How are they doing?
Diagnostics still running, they're over there, and she'll kind of point at another control panel.
Okay, I will go and look at that control.
Okay, cool. Crafting an intelligence check, please.
Really? Okay, 1 success on 9 dice.
Wow.
So the energy connector has fallen out of alignment because there are several damaged circuit boards. The auxiliary ones are keeping the thing running, but they cannot keep up with the demand. Okay.
Got one success.
I think this might have been a 3 a.m. rewrite because there's a really harsh bit. What do you want to do?
Okay, so it's running on the auxiliary circuits.
There are damaged electronics.
I mean, I have a specialization in electronics on my crafts.
Okay, yep.
Could I look at various spare parts and MacGyver a fully a replacement?
Yep. Yep. Make another
Intelligence crafts and my electronic specialty this
yes.
time. And I'll put in a point of willpower as well,
Probably wise.
which means I'm rolling 15 dice.
Is it?
Okay, that is 6 successes.
Oh, thank goodness. Cool.
Was I about to blow up the ship if I didn't?
You
do well?
notice there is a circuit breaker that you flick to the off position to ensure that you're not about to repair
A live circuit.
components.
Yeah.
Cool. So you complete the repair in record time. You do it very, very quickly, but you still have to physically repair. You're not sure how long it will last. You probably wouldn't travel to another planet with it, but it should hold for now. So just pop that there. I just want to move to the
course,
other
yeah.
two. What would you guys like to do? This is going to be happening
My
at the
decision
same
was to
time.
head to the captain's, but you had a different idea, I think.
I would go to the Science Lab B,
Okay.
but as soon as we left, when Lucas fell down, we went to the captain's quarters. That was where we met the first orb, so we know how to get to the first orb.
Yes.
But this time we go there with the intent of going to Science Lab B.
Okay.
Will it take us there?
So what number do you choose to roll first off?
Oh, you must remember the number.
I rolled 6, and you rolled
I want to say
4? 5? I don't know. Fuck.
I didn't roll a 6. I don't think
I rolled a 6, and then I think
Oh.
something.
4. I think the first number was a 4.
Yeah.
So you're going for.
I'm going 4.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
So-
6, yeah.
You encounter an orb. So it's 4, then 6.
So it's basically like us moving down corridors and we're
But you-
picking different
yes.
pathways. Right.
You've effectively gone the same way that Chip has at
But
this
our
point. So.
intent is to get to
There.
Science Lab B, inside of it.
Ooh. We can do that, yeah. Bypass the keypad.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
have any hacking, that'd be nice.
I mean, we don't know what artifacts are in there that we want to be trapped in there with, but...
Oh, please not best friend.
Please what?
Please not best friend.
Oh no, he got out.
Yes!
In
that
in
universe!
our universe.
Yeah, and he's like he's the only one in all the multiverse.
He's looking for you, though.
He's
That's-
multiversal. He travels.
Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Maybe there's more of him. Maybe he's just one of a species.
And they're all your friend.
They're all my friend forever.
2 moments. don't have a visual for it, but fine. It will not take you into the room.
But it'll take us outside.
Takes us outside.
It will take you straight
That's
outside.
close enough.
So it will ask for a key code.
We might as well try the override code now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I did this roll last time because I was anticipating. I rolled 9 successes on it.
Lovely. I was gonna say you will get +1 success.
Because I've already done it on the other
You've
one.
already done it. So yeah, you have done it as quickly as you possibly can. It has still taken you some time.
Sure.
I think one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Inside. Right. Just so that at least opens up for you. So, inside there's a series of different scanners. For some reason, there's.
Are you able to get the code out of this thing, or are you just bypassing that altogether?
You're bypassing it altogether.
Yeah.
If you can find the
Can't
code,
speedrun it for the next time.
if you can find the code somewhere, you could
from
speedrun
the
it.
captain, but he
Um,
oh, we need the key cards to go with them,
Yeah.
which we'd still need to retrieve. Although the chief engineer has one.
So, you have found what they believe to be a working signal detector box. Here they are just refining the technology to make it more ergonomic.
What does the signal detector box do?
The box that was counting down. Yeah, I haven't put this back in, so apologies. That it was going to be slightly more nicely written than this, but effectively, the box that was counting down has come from their planet. They have created a detector to search for boxes on other planets.
Oh.
Does every planet have have one of those boxes,
And if
and it's counting down towards when that planet gets raptured?
But it also means that the planet is habitable.
We've already seen the box in this one.
Yeah.
Does it look like ours?
Yeah, identical.
So that means, in theory, the Earth ones look the same.
Yes. So,
Can I turn a scanner on?
yeah, is the scanner pointing to the planet below?
So it currently does not detect. So it will detect the inactive box that's on the ship.
Sure.
It doesn't show anything else.
Are there any notes or anything about the? I'm not there, but I'm just wondering. It would be worth getting see if you can find a history of that box to figure out what happened when it reached 0, and if there was a way of
The rapture
forestalling it.
started, then yeah, we probably the box. The way it works is you push the button and it resets the timer every so often, or is it nobody wants to touch the button but there's a timer?
Sorry.
Is it the box,
There's a box,
the real
a
box,
box
the ones
with a
that's
timer
in,
and a button.
Yeah.
Has anyone on when we saw it, has anyone pressed the button?
I don't know if you would know. I can't remember.
We can't remember if there was you press the button, the timer goes back up, or if it's.
I think you guys were afraid to push the button.
Yes, but
Yeah.
was there any notes about anyone else pushing the button?
So I will say, okay, you'll do some research in that case. From previous one,
Basically, I can't remember if there was a thing that we know that.
Yeah.
But there's a thing that you should or should not push.
Yeah. You should push the button every so often to make it stop, a la like Lost. Push the button or bad things happen.
Yeah.
Or it's everyone is too afraid to push the button.
Yeah,
Go to
don't-
the
And it's
buttons.
counting down, and it's trying to psych out into pressing the button and inviting the end.
No, so it is effectively you do have to keep. If you push the button, the countdown resets. I cannot remember what to because I've not put the notes in here, but you have to keep pushing the button. When it was found in on your planet, it was found with a note that basically said, "For the love of God, don't let this. It's not for the love of God. It's for the love of something else. Don't let it hit zero." Yeah.
And like, are there any like histories here of to what happened when this thing hit zero?
Not in the science lab.
Is there any log here of when the button was last pushed? Is there like a shift roster for the person who's currently supposed to be pushing the button?
So the box reads 0. The one in the other room read 0. This is a detector to find other boxes.
They built this after.
I guess my only question is it if the box has already hit 0, why bring the box?
To find other ones. Use it as a baseline.
Maybe
They
hasn't finished the detector box.
captain might know.
Maybe.
Go ask him again. Oh, he's probably dying again.
Even better, he's more willing to answer our questions.
That's true. Yeah, that's a fair point. We'll need to at least stabilize him. If he's even alive. He was in really bad shape when we went there.
Assuming he's miraculously not a
Whatever. Yeah.
Who knows what entity will do?
Okay, right. So
Yes, that's fine.
got the detector. He's still fixing. That's a lot of banging.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
We'll just go to the bridge.
Yeah, go to the bridge as
You're
fast
going
as
to
you
head to the
can.
bridge. Okay, cool. Right, so that will bring you up to about the same time that you're now at. So, you enter the bridge. The captain is up and about looking at control panels. There are chunks missing from the beam.
That persists.
Um,
That's concerning. Alright, well, we can't.
He will turn, he will see you both, and he'll go, "Sam, good God, it's good to see you again. We're in a hell of a state here. Look, I need you to reach the auxiliary control room. If we can rebalance the power flow, we can launch the escape pods. We're in some real trouble here. I don't like the look of these readings. I think the core's going to overload."
But my colleague is fixing the core first. That's higher priority right now.
Oh, brilliant. Huh. You were always on the case.
But before that, we have some questions.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you if you want to.
We've got the scanner for the cube.
Oh, you've been here for a while. Where?
We're making our way through the ship.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
We knew you'd be okay here.
Oh, that's. Yes. It's good. It's weird. I was stuck under a beam and suddenly I just had the strength to get up. So, yeah.
We saw the state of the cube. The box. In artifact storage.
Science lab.
Science lab A.
The signal box in Science Lab A.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reads 0. That's why we're here. That's why you went through the cube. Sorry, have you suffered some memory loss?
We did take a little bit of a knock on the head, yeah, when we were coming through, but we're okay now. It's just a little complicated.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We found a cube on the other side. I keep saying cube. Sorry.
You mean
A box. We found a box on the other on the other side. Well, when we went through the cube, we found a box. Another box. Sorry.
This is an unfortunate naming, but they both ominous things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cube and box.
When we went through, there was another box. The timer is still ticking on that side.
Oh, well, yeah.
We had hoped that when we came back through, the timer would be ticking again here. That's why I'm back.
Oh, I see. No, this still reads 0. No, I don't. I think they're different.
Because it's the same box. The box looks the same on the other side. We had hoped they would be linked.
Yeah, that or if it's left by the same person. Or entity, I guess.
Shit.
Just so I'm sure that we're talking about. I want to make sure that nothing has changed since we crossed over.
Oh, okay. Yes,
When did the
yes.
box hit 0?
God. It's been 4 months maybe. I don't know. Well, we're not really sure. You see, we just know that the rapture began at that point and started destroying the Earth. That's when we discovered the box, and the note that said "Don't let it reach 0." If only someone had found the box before that. By that point, there was nothing that we could do, so we fled. Remember
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We moved as much. This was just going to be a cargo ship between here and the moon, I think. Brought as much technology as we could to retrofit it. You went through the cube to, and we've been travelling for most of that time.
All right.
Is there a cube on the ship?
Yes. If we made planetfall, we'd use it to summon you back. It's the primary archive, bottom floor. I don't know what command codes will work. I think it's wiped most of them. But if you use the master override,
I've tried that. It doesn't work.
No, the master override won't work on any of the other doors. You were asking about the cube in the archive, yes?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So the code should get you into the archive. You'll need the code and a swipe card. I don't know where mine's gone. Find a senior member somewhere.
Captain, there was something in your quarters. Do you have any reason to believe anyone else should be in that room, or was in that room?
No.
There's a breach to the floor upstairs.
That means it's hit. Yeah, that's probably the terraforming room.
It doesn't create creatures.
It creates life. What did you think terraforming was?
Plant life.
Yeah.
Moss, grass. I'll give it a tree.
Yeah.
Sentient beings, no.
Organic matter, yes, but if you release it on board a spaceship, who knows what could happen? That's why we kept it separate from everything else. It was the most dangerous thing that we had in our possession, but it was also our best chance for terraforming Kepler 27. I'll check what it has to say. Our best bet for terraforming Kepler 27, if it wasn't habitable, which, we're still not sure if it is, but we're going to have to launch people anyway.
What other artifacts are on the ship? Anything related to time?
No, we don't possess anything that can control time. We wouldn't have left Earth if we could. why.
That's unfortunate. Because it would have been very
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah.
Even a few, say, 20, 30 minutes, something. Maybe like an hour and a half or so. Judging by...
No.
No, alright. That's fine. Could be a product of the engine itself. Said gravity, something or other. I wasn't briefed on the particulars of what the spaceship is powered by. What is actually making this thing go, or made it go?
You've picked a hell of a time for the science lesson.
He was briefed on the Cube expedition, not on the ship.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, and the ship is falling apart, and we have.
In order for us to repair it, we need to know everything we can.
Yes, of course.
Our engineer is down there trying his best, but the more he knows, the quicker he'll get to do
So
things.
we have conventional thrusters there.
Sure.
Ion drive, I think. Ask the engineer.
What allowed you
Pilot
to
the
jump
thing.
here?
That one, yes.
The gravity drive. Yeah, it was again another entity of enormous power. It can create massive gravitational forces.
Wait, stop. You said entity. It's alive?
I misspoke.
Entity artifact.
Entity artifact.
All right, that's better.
So, yes.
Which entity?
We don't know. We were kind of in a hurry to leave the planet.
You knew enough that it could jump us, though.
We knew enough that it controlled gravity. We spent months in space tweaking it in the hopes that it would create a wormhole to get here, and we were successful.
Alright. That's fine. That's enough for me to figure some things out. At least give us a heads up.
Question would be, how long ago was the successful jump?
Yeah.
That's true. There might
half an hour ago. We jumped. We were taking preliminary scans, preparing a landing process when there was a hull breach, and the electronics went haywire. We lost power. We're trying to send everyone we can to the surface.
It is 10:30, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to wrap up this conversation in case there were more questions.
Why is the TV here?
Oh,
Last report I read, it was just images of soup.
yes, from everyone on Earth. We wanted to see if it still picked up a signal.
It was showing static when we went past.
Yes, there's no one left on Earth.
I think that's a good point to end.
Yeah.
Jeez.
These two time units.
Okay, I will stop the recording now.